Hi, my name is Andres. I work at Facebook. I work on developer tools, and this is moving fast with Nuclide and Flow. I have 270 seconds and 65 slides, so buckle up. Uh, so Flow is Facebook's open source static type checker for JavaScript, and as Jared just showed you, types are awesome. Nuclide is Facebook's open source IDE. It's a package for Atom, that's GitHub's open source editor. Nuclide adds support for Flow, C++, Python, Hack, OCaml, GraphQL, and more. So now demo time. First grab Atom and then install Nuclide. For this walkthrough, I'm going to be using a real Flow typed code base, so I'm going to use that of Yarn. To follow at home, clone the repo, run npm install. I'm using here Yarn to install Yarn, which is super meta. Then open Atom. Some basics. So the flow config file tells Flow that this is a Flow project. Flowbin gives you the Flow CLI, and Nuclide uses that to run Flow on your project. Flow type are community definitions for popular library. First off, diagnostics. Here, I'm trying to call a string as a function. That's not valid. You see the diagnostics table at the bottom? That has all of the errors for all of the files. I skipped one. Can't go back. So here, here I'm going to change. Has archive capability to take a buffer instead of a string. Flow yells at me that there's no match method for buffers. I'm like, yes, mom. More interestingly, though, this expected buffer but got a string error that's coming from another file. If you click it, that file opens. And Flow is right. I am calling it with a string, so thanks, Flow. Autocomplete. I start typing this, and Flow tells me that this is a getFetcher instance. I type a little more, and Flow shows me all of the properties on this. It's like magic. Here, fsutil is imported from another module. And after I type fsutil period, we see that all of the properties are on it. Flow tells me that its exist method takes a path that is a string. So I give it tarball lock, which is a string, so we're all cool. Coverage. Click the coverage percentage from the status bar to enable it. Now, anything that is untyped or weakly typed is marked as uncovered. And here, args is typed as an array of any's, and any's are unsafe, so it's not covered. I'll improve it a little bit by typing args as an array of mixed. Now Flow is telling me that I'm doing stuff with val that it doesn't know about, so it's an error. I'll fix that by doing a type of check and an explicit cast to string, and now Flow is happy, and my coverage went up from 93 to 96%. Type hints. I'm hovering over the variable parts and getting a type hint. I'll click the pin so the hint stays put. I'll start typing parts, and notice that the hints has version, name, and range are also in the autocomplete box, in addition to all of the other object prototype inherited stuff. If you hover over a function expression, you get the type. This async arrow function is a function that returns a promise of undefined. If you hover over a function call, you get the return type. So here, install init returns a promise of array of strings. Jump to definition. So if you hover over a method, hold command and click, you're taken to that method's definition. If you hover over a variable, hold command and click, you're taken to the variable definition. If you hover over an import or require, hold command and click, you're taken to that module's definition. If you hover over a built-in module, hold command and click, you're taken to Flow's built-in definition for that module. Outline view. You can open it from the toolbar if you have the toolbar package installed, or you can search for outline in the command palette. And then this panel comes up with, surprise, an outline view of the file. So clicking a list, clicking anything from the list takes you to that line. And here you have all of the top-level declarations. So you see your consts, your lets, your vars, your functions, and your types. Exports get a special mention. So do classes. Class properties have an equal sign next to them. And methods have parens and argument names. Jasmine, flavored, describe, and it are shown with test descriptions. And so do just flavored test functions. Highlight references. This is off by default because it's still beta. So if you feel adventurous, you go to the Nuclide package settings and you enable highlight identifier references. Here my cursor is on error message. Now all error message type things become highlighted. Notice that super and this in the constructor get highlighted too, which is really cool. Here I'm only on the only the DIRs in scope get highlighted, but not DIRs in other scopes. One more is push diagnostics. This is also off by default. This actually just landed in Flow a few days ago. To use it, you go into the Nuclide package settings and you enable push diagnostics. So here I have an Atom with no open files. I'm gonna go switch to my terminal, check out some half-finished code, and boom, Flow tells me that I've got errors. I didn't have to trigger it or anything. This is a much better, faster experience because you don't have to keep following Flow for results or open a file and save it to force a recheck. That's all I've got. Go download Nuclide and Flow. I want to give special thanks to Gabe Levi for answering all of my Flow questions every day, and to Nat Moat for building Nuclide's Flow integration, and Push Diagnostics. Thank you.